Good morning. We will start session 4 on chapter coordinate geometry. That is, we completed the first 3 exercises and now we'll start with the optional exercise. First one, determine the ratio by which a line is given here, that is in the form of x plus x and y, that is minus 4 is equal to 0, divides the line segments. So this is the equation of the line. Now what is the line? The line is 2x plus y minus 4, right? That is the line equation. That line, these are the points. Points are 2 and minus 2 and 3 and 7. Determine the ratio. It is dividing in some ratio. So let the ratio be k is to 1. So this is my x1, y1, this is my x2, y2. What we have to find here? Determine the ratio. First of all, ratio k is to 1 we have to find. Divides the line segment joining in the points. These two are the points. What are the coordinates of the point? Coordinates of the point are x and y. Which formula to find the ratio? Bisection formula. Please mention whenever you use a particular formula here. So bisection formula, we get that P xy is equal to, what is the formula? That means this is my m1 and this is my m2. The formula is m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, substitute pxy as it is, no change in that. What is m1? m1 is k. What is your x2? x2 is 3. What is your m2? 1. x1 is 2 divided by k plus 1, comma m1 is k, y2 is 7 plus m2 is 1, y1 is minus 2 divided by k plus 1. So pxy is equal to 3k plus 2 divided by k plus 1, comma 7k minus 2 divided by k plus 1. Now these are the coordinates, that is what we got in terms of section. But now here children, we have to actually get the value of k ratio. Let us equate that to the coordinate x and coordinate y respectively. Let 3k plus 2 divided by k plus 1 is equal to x and 7k minus 2 divided by k plus 1 is equal to y. So these are my x and y. Now do I have a given line segment here? Yes. What is that line segment given? Given 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. Can I substitute the value of x and y here so that I can find the ratio properly? With the help of this I can find the ratio k here. So 2 as it is, what is x? X is nothing but 3k plus 2 divided by k plus 1 plus y is nothing but 7k minus 2 divided by k plus 1 minus 4 is equal to 0. K plus 1 is the LCM. So where x was there, 3k plus 2 divided by k plus 1. Where y was there, 7k minus 2 divided by k plus 1. We substituted. Take LCM. LCM itself is k plus 1. 2 3s are 6k, 2 2s are 4 plus 7k minus 2 minus 4 of k plus 1 divided by k plus 1 is equal to 0. So here it remains the same. I multiplied 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, 7k minus 2 as it is, minus 4 of k plus 1. Simplify. 6k, we first simplify it as it is, then we will see. Minus 2, minus 4k, minus 4 is equal to 0. K plus 1 will transpose there, it will become 0. So, minus 4 plus 4, I can actually cancel. So, 6 minus 4 is 2k. 2k plus 7k, how much do I get? 9k. So, 9k minus 2 is equal to 0. 9k is equal to 2. K is equal to 2 by 9. K value I found out. Therefore, the ratio is k is to 1, that is 2 by 9 is to 1. This implies the ratio is 2 is to 9. Yes, this is the first type of, a different type of sum which we are solving, where we have a line segment given and in the ratio. Solve it systematically, you will get it. Next one. Find the relation between x and y if the points are collinear. So we know that if the word collinear is there, that means if the lines are collinear given means area of a triangle is equal to 0. That's what we have to apply here. So what are the points given here? Second one, it is x and y, then it is 1 comma 2, it is 7 comma 0. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. We know the rule, right? How to write? How do we write that? x1, y1, then x2, y2, x3, y3. Again x1, y1, minus, minus, minus. So what is your x1? X. What is your y1? Y. What is your x2? 1 and 2. 7 and 0. X and y. Area of triangle is equal to half. Okay, let's put the arrows first. So this will start from here. Always I write that because you have to read from that, not from the other way. Cross multiply them. So this is, first we'll write the formula. x1 y2 minus x2 y1 plus, oh, this is y3, yeah, x2 y3. That's what I was wondering. Both the ways I have written x3. So x2 into x3 I can't be multiplying. x2 y3 minus x3 y2 plus x3 y1 minus x1 y3 is equal to 0. That you have to write. Why? Because the given lines are collinear. That's a proof for us. Again, don't put equal to sign because already we have equal to there. We'll start from half directly. x1 y2. So it is x into 2 minus 1 into y plus 1 into 0 minus 7 into 2 plus 7 into y minus x into 0 is equal to 0. We have to get the relation for x and y. 2 cross multiplied there, children, that becomes 0. 2x minus y plus 0 minus 7 2s are 14 plus 7y minus 0 is equal to 0. So just see what we have here. We have only 1 2x. First write 2x. Then we have minus y plus 7y. So this is plus 6y minus 14 is equal to 0. I take 2 common. X plus 3y minus 7 is equal to 0. Find the relation between x and y. That is what we have got it here. That's all the equation. Still, if you want x is equal to, you can transpose it and just keep the equation, line equation. That's more than enough. They have only asked us the relation between x and y. This is how they are related. Very simple one. We go to the next one. Find the center of circle passing through the points. Now, given that it is a circle, so find the center of circle. I will consider that x and y passing through the points. 3 points they are passing. So, if I consider the points to be 6 and 6, I will consider this as A, B and C. Given the points are 6 and minus 6, then we have 3 and minus 7, and C we have 3 and 3, right? X1, okay, X1, Y1, X2, Y2, X3, Y3. We'll check the coordinates 6 and minus 6, 3 and minus 7, 3 and 3. Find the center of the circle. Now, center of the circle we have to find anything. O also can be center. I did not take O because let's not get confused with 0. That's fine. Let I be the center of circle. So, coordinates of I will be x and y. That is what we have to find out. We know that AI is equal to BI is equal to CI. Reason, they are radii of same circle. Now what we will do here is, we'll take two at a time, a pair at a time, and we'll find the value for x and y, right? So let's take this first. In this one, I will consider AI is equal to BI. That means I need to find the distance of AI and BI. How can I find the distance? I know that. I should know the coordinate x and y should have found out. So I'll find the distance now by distance formula. Right? So let's apply distance formula for the given coordinates x and y separately. AI is between this part and this part what I am searching now. So these two distance when I have to find, it will be written as formula. First we will write. Formula is here x1 and x is there. So x1 minus x whole square plus y1 minus y whole square is equal to, here that will come in the form of x2 minus x whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Let us substitute. What is x1? 6 minus x whole square plus, yes, by the way, square root and square root will get cancelled. We can do that. So 6 minus x whole square plus minus 6 minus y whole square is equal to x2 3 minus x whole square plus y2 minus 7 minus y whole square. We can actually find with respect to, because AI is equal to BI, or we can consider as AI is equal to CI, or the next BI is equal to CI. Any one pair we can find out. Simplify this now. A square, that is 36 plus x square minus 6 2s are 12x plus 6 square 36 plus y square. A minus b whole square it is 12y, but 6 is minus, so that will become plus 12y. Since it is minus, if I hide this here, a minus b whole square, minus 12y. Since this minus into minus, plus it will be, is equal to 9 plus x square minus 6x plus 7 square 49 plus y square, 7 2s are 14y, 2ab, right? 7 is minus, so this will become plus. Now we can cancel x square and y square term here. Shift all the xy term this side if you want by keeping the constant that side. So we have minus 12x minus 6x. So minus 12x plus 6x I will use. Plus 12y plus 14y plus 12y transpose minus 14y. Okay, then what do we have? We only have the constant numbers. So constant numbers, which all do we have? We have 36. We have 36. Then we have here 9 and we have here 49. So 36 plus 36 will be plus 72 minus 49 plus 9 is 58 minus 58 is equal to 0. All the terms we have touched here. Okay. Now 12x minus 12x plus 6x is minus 6x minus 2y plus 14 is equal to 0. Take 2 common. 3x minus y plus 7 is equal to 0, equation 1. If you want children, we can remove this minus and make this as 3x minus y plus 7 is equal to 0, anything. Or next step, how we will write here is minus 3x minus y is equal to minus 7 is equal to 0, anything. Equation 1. Very clear? We'll keep this as it is. Now, next part we have to solve it. I think I will rub this now. I'll only write the equation. Minus 3x minus y is equal to minus 7. I'll keep this equation 1. And I'm just going to rub this so that the next bi and ci let me use to find. So, my distance formula, second part, if I have to tell here is, I will use now bi is equal to ci by distance formula. So bi when I talk about, it is x2 minus x and y2 minus y1. Ci when I talk about x3 minus x and y3 minus y1. There itself I changed it. Okay. Let me substitute now. Square root and square root will get cancelled. Now what is x2? 3. 3 minus x whole square plus what is y2? Minus 7 minus y whole square is equal to what is x3? 3 minus x whole square plus 3 minus y whole square. Okay. 3 minus x and 3 minus x directly I can cancel here because it's going to be the same thing. I am only left with this. 7 square 49 plus y square. 7 2s are 14y. Since 7 is minus, this will become plus 14 is equal to 3 3s are 9 plus y square. 3 2s are minus 6y. Y square and y square will get cancelled. So what do we get? 14y minus 6y plus 14y plus 6y plus 49 minus 9 is equal to 0. 14 and 6 will give you 20y plus how much? 40 is equal to 0. 20y is equal to minus 40. So y is equal to minus 2. Right? Let us substitute this value in equation 1. Substitute y is equal to minus 2 in equation 1. What is equation 1? Minus 3x minus y is equal to minus 7. Minus 3x minus of minus 2 is equal to minus 7. Minus 3x plus 2 is equal to minus 7. Minus 3x is equal to minus 7 minus 2. Minus 3x is equal to minus 9. X is equal to 3. Therefore, the coordinates of I, x comma y are 3 comma minus 2. Okay? Very simple questions but quite lengthy enough to do it. Quickly we'll move to the next one. The next one is fourth one. Two opposite vertices of the square are. So a square is given A, B, C and D. So two opposite vertices of square are given as, let us take the opposite vertices as minus 1 comma 2 if I take, the another should be this. Why only A? I can also start from D and D. Anything, any two opposite vertices. I always want to start from the beginning part. Minus 1 and 2 and 3 and 2. Find the coordinates of other two vertices. X and Y. This also should be X and Y, some other name, but that is X and Y, right? To find this, what we can do is we can join any one diagonal here. If I am joining this diagonal, I will make use of this. We will see, you will understand how to solve this. Now, first of all, this is a square, children. In a square, all the sides are equal, right? So, ABCD is a square. So, all the sides are equal here. AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. Any one pair we will choose here. So, I will choose AB is equal to BC. Or no, we will choose a pair such that the xy is there. Only then it will be useful. Otherwise, we cannot find the value of x. Even if you, now if you write AB is equal to BC, what will happen? We can find the distance of AB and this. You will not be able to find the coordinates. Choose the coordinates such a way that one unknown coordinate is there, which is that D. So I can choose here AD is equal to CD because B is the unknown coordinate. Choose the coordinate such a way that you have an unknown value there. Okay. So how do you find now? By distance formula. So this is my x1, y1, x2. No, leave this. We are anyhow not going to consider it at all anything. So because since it is not given, okay, anyhow children, this also would have been done or this also would have been done. So since I had written here, I thought anyhow we have the value there. Anything will do. Now, this I had taken it as x, y, no. So, any two pair you can choose. I have not seen that B also does not have a coordinate. You can choose any two pair and that pair will have one unknown coordinate. I can either say AB is equal to BC or also I can tell that here AD is equal to CD. It is up to you. So, which coordinate you have to choose? You have to plan. But, whichever coordinate you choose, make sure that that particular part is taken for a Pythagoras theorem. Now for example, if I say AB is equal to BC, I have to choose this triangle only to say that square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides, right? In case if I write AD is equal to CD, I need to choose this triangle. Depending upon the side you choose, you have to choose the triangle. Okay? So, we will write AD is equal to CD. One pair we have chosen by distance formula. x1, y1, then x and y is here. I'll consider this as x2, y2. Enough. Both are x and y. Keep that x and y as it is. Do not change. By distance formula. What is AD? So this is x1 minus x whole square plus y1 minus y whole square is equal to, what is CD? x2 minus x whole square plus y2 minus y whole square. Square root and square root will get cancelled. x1 is minus 1 minus x whole square plus y1 is 2 minus y whole square. x2 is 3 minus x whole square plus 2 minus y whole square. 2 minus y, 2 minus y. We can cancel it off. Only this will remain. 1 square 1, x square minus 2x, but 1 is minus, so in formula it will be plus, is equal to 9 plus x square minus 3 2s are 6x. X square and x square will get cancelled. 2x plus 6x is equal to 9 minus 1. 6 plus 2 is 8 is equal to 8. Therefore, x is equal to 1. We found the x value. Okay. Now our thing is to find the y value. Even if you choose other coordinate, you will not get the y value there. So, for finding y value, we have to use again another property or a rule with respect to the square what we know. I'll just erase this part. I will write here x is equal to 1. Okay. So, we know that AC square is equal to AD square plus CD square, because angle D is equal to 90 degree by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, again by distance formula. So AC square, when you have to write this as x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square is equal to AD square is x1 minus x whole square plus y1 minus y whole square plus the next one CD square. So this is x2 minus x whole square plus y2 minus y whole square. Now you can say squaring on both sides. So square and root will get cancelled there, right? So this is no, you cannot not squaring. So because this itself is AC square. So AC square is, I can say square here. Instead of squaring, we already have a square. Square and root will get cancelled. Square and root will get cancelled. Square and root will get cancelled. What will remain? First simplify. x2 is 3 minus of minus 1 whole square plus x2 is 3 minus of minus 1 whole square plus y2 is 2 minus 2 whole square is equal to x1 and x, that is minus 1 minus x whole square plus here we have y1 minus y, 2 minus y whole square plus x2, that is 3 minus x whole square plus 2 minus y whole square. So 3 minus minus 3 plus 1 whole square plus 0, that is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. It will become plus because minus is there, plus a square plus b square minus 2ab plus a square plus b square minus 2ab, a square plus b square minus 2ab. So 3 plus 1 4, 4 square is 16, x square y square x square y square, 2x square plus 2y square. Okay, 2 times of x square and 2 times of y square we have. Then let us check the x term. 2x minus 6x minus 4x. Then let us see the y term. 4y minus 4y minus 8y. 4 plus 1 5. So one second, we have 4 plus, we can say that here simple calculation still we can make it. So 4 plus 4 is 8. We'll first finish easy ones. 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay, so 1 is over, all the terms we'll just mark and we are done. 16 is equal to 2x square plus, you can take 16 this side still if you want, 2y square minus 4x minus 8y plus 18 minus 16 is equal to 0. Let's make the calculation very simple. Step by step we'll do it. 2x square plus 2y square minus 4x minus 8y plus 2 is equal to 0. Take 2 common. X square plus y square minus 2x minus 4y plus 1 is equal to 0. Right? Now, what is the value of x did we find in the previous one? So, when we solved that the previous part, we got the value of x there. Yes, that was 1. Substitute. So, what I do, children, is this part very clear? In this equation, I have to substitute the value of x and get the value of y. Right? So, I am going to rub this other part, only keep this here and then again solve it. Substitute. X is equal to 1 in the above equation. So, 1 square plus y square minus 2 into 1 minus 4y plus 1 is equal to 0. 1 plus y square minus 2 minus 4y plus 1 is equal to 0. 1 plus 1 2 plus 2 minus 2 will get cancelled. Y square minus 4y is equal to 0. Y common, y minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, y is equal to 0 and y minus 4 is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 4. We got two values of 4. Why do you think we got two values here? Because there are two coordinates. What we have to find. Now see children, the fun is, if you had chosen this part of the coordinate also, you would end up doing the same thing again. Give a try to this sum. Therefore, the coordinates of other two vertices are, I take the first as D vertex here, so it can be 1 and 0. Then what will be B? B will be 1 and minus 4, either of 1. So we got two values for y. keeping x same thing, we can take it for y. If you solve for b part here, leaving this, there also you are going to get the same answer without any change. Therefore, the coordinates are, for the d it is 1, 0 and for b is 1, -4. So, oh, it is 4, not -4. I just saw the -4 here. 0 and 4. So the vertices are D 1, 0 and 1, 4. Even if you take this part and solve here and do it, you are going to get the same answer only. Give a try for this sum. Again, this is one different sum what we have. So the next one now. Next one is very simple. Sum looks complicated and I'll be marking for homework after explaining. Fifth one. The class 10 students of secondary school in Kushinagar have been allotted a rectangular plot of land for their gardening activity. Sapling of gulmohar are planted on the boundary at a distance of 1 meter each, and there is a triangular grassy lawn, that what you can see here as PQR and shown in the figure. The students are to sow the seeds of flowering plants on the remaining area of the plot. So, two parts what they have told here is taking A as origin, right? And what are the vertices of triangle? If A is the origin, now this is the triangle, what is there? This is P, this is Q and this is R. How do you read, children, now? See, mark that from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes? Shall we read the vertices of PQR now? So, what is P with respect to that? It is on the fourth coordinate in x-axis, and in y-axis it is 6 with A as origin. Next, if I consider Q, it is on the third point on x-axis and second point on y-axis. R, if I consider, it is on the sixth point on x-axis and fifth point on y-axis, considering A as origin. What will be the coordinates of vertices PQR if C is the origin? C as origin. Simple. What you will do? You will start reading it from here. The coordinates 1, 2, 3. So if C is the origin, what will be your P point? P point will be at the point of 12 in the x-axis and with respect to that 2 in the y-axis, right? Read it like this. This is your x and this is your y at that point of time. In terms of Q, if I have to find, so that is 13 in the x-axis and 6 in the y-axis. And the last point R, if I find, it is 10 on x-axis and 3 on y-axis. That means I can read the triangle PQR with respect to A as origin and with respect to C as origin. Three different pair of vertices what I have here. Sorry, I have one set of vertices and second set of vertices. Now, look at the next part of the question. Also calculate areas of triangle in this case. Till here I have done, children. Further is your homework. What's the next part of the homework? You have to calculate area of triangle PQR for A as origin. Then again you have to find area of triangle PQR for C as origin. Anything else they have asked? No. What do you observe? Very simple. I have given you 3 set of triangles are there. 2 set of triangles are there. 3 coordinates are given. Find the area respectively. I have already mentioned the coordinates. Your work is to only find the area. Okay. Sixth one. Sixth one is a bit lengthier sum, but again a very simple sum. I'll explain the sum and mark it for a homework. Sixth one, the vertices of triangle ABC. So this is the given triangle ABC, A, B and C. So vertex of A is 4, 6, B is 1, 5 and C is 7, 2. A line is drawn to intersect the sides AB and AC at D and E respectively. A line is drawn, not a midpoint. Some line is drawn such that in triangle ABC, such that what they have given here is, this is first part, AD upon AB is equal to 1:4. AD upon AB. Second part we'll take it later. Okay, is equal to 1:4. So I will write here now AD is equal to, cross multiply with this, 4 times of AD is equal to AB. Okay, 4 times of AD. How you can write AB? We have already done this type of a sum. It can be written as AD plus BD. So 4 times of AD minus AD is equal to BD. 3 times of AD is equal to BD. So AD upon BD is equal to 1/3. So this is in the ratio 1:3. Understood in how it is dividing? So similarly, what they have given, the next is AE upon AC is equal to 1:4. Therefore, we can write similarly for that also. AE upon CE is also equal to 1:3. So this also is dividing in the ratio 1:3. Understood this? We found the ratio. Okay. Calculate the area of triangle ADE and compare with it area of triangle ABC. Now to calculate area of triangle ADE, I am not aware of D and E coordinates. How do I find D and E coordinates? I can find the D coordinate by section formula. By section formula, D coordinate can be found out. Similarly, E coordinate also can be found out. Okay. So what I will do here is I will just give you the coordinates of D and E. But you are supposed to do till here I have done, children. Further part from here it's your homework. Right? But still I will give you the final answers. It will be easy for you to do it. Not just copy the answers, but you know what are the answers, so that when you arrive at the answer you know it is right. So the D coordinates will be 13/4, 23/4 by section formula when you apply. Similarly, when you apply section formula for E also, you will get the coordinate as 19/4, 8. Now since you have the coordinates, area of triangle ADE and area of triangle ABC you find out. Once you find out, they have also asked you one more part in the question as calculate the area and compare that with area of this. So after this, area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle ABC. Compare that and get the ratio. Right? See, first of all, with the given thing, we found the in what ratio are they dividing. So we got M1 and M2 with respect to that. Take your x1, x2, y1, x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. With respect to that, apply section formula and find the coordinate of D. This will be the answer. Apply section formula and find the coordinates of E. This will be the answer. You know the coordinates of D and E. Find area of triangle ADE. You know coordinates of whole ABC. Find area of triangle ABC. Then find the ratio of this smaller triangle to bigger triangle. That's what they have asked. Question is very simple, children, but you need to apply these many things to find it. From the second half, I've given you for the homework. One small correction what you can make here, children. This is 5, not 8. Okay. Anyhow, you would have got to know when you would be solving it, but still you should not get confused. So 13 by 4 and 23 by 4, 19 by 4 and 5. These are the coordinates, right? Because if you go wrong one here, the whole thing will go wrong. That's the thing. I hope the numericals, what you have to do here is very clear. Complete that. 2 more sums will complete and we can complete the chapter coordinate geometry. We'll start with the next one, that is 7th one. Let ABC be the vertices of triangle ABC. So, if I consider the triangle as A, B and C, the vertices given here are A is 4 and 2, B is 6 and 5 and C is 1, 4. First point, the median from A meets BC at D. So, AD is the median. Find the coordinates of point D, the coordinates of point P on AD such that AP is to PD, that is in the ratio 2:1. I'll explain that. The coordinates of point Q and R on medians BE and CF respectively. So this is one point B. Okay. First let us consider that. Now do we know the median property? The median divides the triangle into 2 equal parts, 2 equal areas. We also know that. That means it equally divides these two sides. It equally divides these two sides as well it equally divides these two sides. Right? That means now here in the whole question if I check, I need to find the coordinates of D, E and F. See, the first part, the median A meets BC at D. Find the coordinates of point D. Now look at the last third part here. Find the coordinates of point Q, R on medians BE and CF respectively. For that we require the points here. How do you find the median point D, E, F here? They are nothing but midpoints of BC, AC and AB respectively. So I know it's according to the question, but what we will do first here is, we will first find out the coordinates of D, E and F. After finding coordinates, we will go on answering what is given. This is a homework, children. I will explain what you have to do stepwise and you can mark this for homework. So once we have drawn this, write down, we know that medians of triangle divide into equal parts by which formula here? Midpoint formula. By midpoint formula, can you find the coordinates of the midpoint you apply here? Let me consider this as x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. By midpoint formula, let us find the coordinates of D, E and F respectively. So coordinates of D will be 7 by 2, 9 by 2. Coordinates of E will be 5 by 2, 3. Coordinates of F will be 5, 7 by 2. I have given you the answers ready-made here. We found the coordinates of D, E and F respectively. Now children, one more you should know here. The median divides the point P, where all the 3 medians of a triangle meet. It divides in the ratio always 2:1. Always. So it divides in the ratio 2:1. It divides in the ratio 2:1. They have already given here. Otherwise even we should know. Let me come to the first point we have done. They have asked to find D. We have found E also, F also. Okay. Come to second point here. Find the coordinates of point P. This was first part done with everything. Second part, find the coordinates of point P on AD. Point P on AD. Such that AP is to PD is nothing but 2:1. Even though if they don't give you 2:1, you should know that the median, the point where all the three medians meet, we call that as one particular point that divides in the ratio 2:1. If it is dividing in a particular ratio, children, then what is that? It is nothing by section formula. By section formula. Okay. So when you apply section formula here in the ratio m is to n, we know the ratio. The coordinates of point P will be 11/3 and 11/3. Okay, this is the answer by section formula. Look at the third part of question here. Find the coordinates of point Q and R on the medians BE and CF. BE and CF. Q means what? First point we will consider C. For example, if I draw it at the first, now this point, a point is P they have given. 2:1. This is first figure. Second figure, what they are saying here is, now the same point here, they have given this as Q. Second time they have given this as R. But children, they are talking about the same point here where the medians meet. If it is dividing in the ratio 2:1, then it has to be a same point. So, find the coordinates of point Q and R on medians BE and CF respectively, such that, see here, they have given, therefore, Q coordinate will also, you need not find that. Directly you can write the answer here, children. It has to be the same thing only. Why? Because it is the common point where the medians meet. So, and R, you understood which point is R? Now this is A, B, C, BE. BE they have given, right? BQ upon this, and the next point would be this. A, B, C, and this would be R. 11/3 and 11/3. Direct answer. Right? This part will be the direct answer. Remember, you have to only find out the coordinates of P here. Done. What do you observe? We observe that the coordinates of P, Q and R are the same. That is the point where all three medians meet. So here, fourth one, what do you observe? We observe that all three medians meet at a common point, and that common point is called centroid of triangle. Now what is a centroid, children? Centroid is nothing but the center of triangle. If suppose you draw a triangle or you have a piece of a triangle in your hand, and by chance if you get to know it's a center point, how? By drawing three medians. How do you draw medians? There's a construction for medians actually. Actually it was in the very old syllabus, but that you don't study it now. So we construct the medians. Once you construct the medians, all three medians meet at a particular point, and that particular point is a centroid, center of the triangle. Actually, if you have to see, right? So we observe that all three medians meet at a common point, and that common point is called centroid of a triangle. So that is what one thing we have to write here. Last part they have given something else. If A, x1, y1, B, x2, y2 and C, x3, y3 are vertices of triangle, find the coordinates of centroid of a triangle. find the coordinates of centroid of a triangle is in another way. What they are asking here is to, what is the formula to find the centroid of a triangle in generally, if you have to know? Simple. Fifth one you answer as centroid of a triangle is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. Remember in exam also, anytime if they give us such a triangle and ask you to find the centroid directly, find the centroid of a triangle, this common point P. It can be found directly by the formula. Let us verify. x1 plus x2 plus x3. 4 plus 5, 6. Oh, sorry, 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 by 3. Right? Check with the other way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 by 3. Did we get the answer? Yes. That means this point B answer directly we got it. That's the formula to calculate centroid of a triangle. I hope the things are very clear, children. A triangle is given. For the triangle, we found the points D, E and F by midpoint formula. After that, we got to know that they are dividing in certain ratio. Apply section formula and find the point P. They have similarly asked for point Q and point R for different median. But actually they meet at a common point, that is whatever P, Q, R, at one single point only. So directly we can say the common point where all three medians meet is called as a centroid of the given triangle. And the coordinates to find the centroid of a given triangle is this formula. You need not derive it, directly write it. I hope the things are very clear. Mark the sum for homework. Next one also. Now see, because why am I marking this for homework? We have been doing till now we understood what is midpoint formula, section formula, area of triangle, distance formula. You should know how and when to apply it at least by now. Even though if I sit and solve everything, then when will you learn to do it? So that's the only reason I am marking these sums for homework after explaining. And the last one, 8th one. It's also quite very simple. Okay, it's as well for homework, children. ABCD is a rectangle. So ABCD is a rectangle. A, B, C and D. And the points are -1, -1, -1, 4, 5, 4 and 5, -1. PQRS are the midpoints of point AB, BC, CD, DA respectively. P, Q, R, S. So these are the midpoints. Let's join this. So when we join, we form a quadrilateral here. If you remember, in your 9th standard you had a chapter where you had such writers based on prove that the line segment joining the midpoints of the sides of a rectangle is a square, is a rhombus, is a parallelogram. Remember? Yes, we are not supposed to prove here, but we need to first find the coordinates of PQRS and then check whether PQRS is a square or a rhombus. What they have asked? Is a quadrilateral PQRS a square, rectangle or rhombus? Let us find. So, see, they have given a choice, square, rectangle or rhombus. So, if it is a square, then all sides are equal. Square, it's a rhombus and square. All sides are equal. Rectangle, we know, opposite sides. Now, if in case a rectangle will come, only rectangle they have asked, write it off. But here, if all the sides are equal, how to find whether it is square or rhombus? We check with the diagonals. We have already done this sum. Now, to find the coordinates of PQRS, how do you find? by midpoint formula. By midpoint formula, find the coordinates of PQRS. I'll give you that. -1, 3/2. Q is 2, 4. R is 5, 3/2. And S is 2, -1. We got the coordinates. Now whether find it is a square, rhombus or a rectangle. That means by distance formula. You need to write wherever what formula you are applying. First find PQ. Okay. So you will get the answer for PQ as √61/2. And you will see that PQ is equal to QR is equal to RS is equal to PS. That is equal to √61/2. You will get it, which you will find it. Okay. Since all the sides are equal, let's check for the diagonal. So diagonal PR and diagonal QS. So diagonal PR you will get as 6 and QS as 5. Therefore, PQ, PR is not equal to QS. Therefore, PQRS is a rhombus. And there we complete the chapter coordinate geometry. Exercises with 3 formulas. How to find area of triangle with the coordinates. Section formula, in that only midpoint formula and distance formula. Applications of that, you've seen those different types of numericals, sums in optional exercise. So please also practice the worked examples given in this chapter for more and more, so that you will have an exposure to all the types of sum, how to solve any different type of sums you have. You can apply any of these, whichever required formulas and solve it.